Greetings to you all from Global Self-Education Platform. I am Dr. Kafayat Kehinde Lamidi. Today's lecture is entitled Relationship Management, Marriage and Family. It is a two-in-one lecture because marriage itself is a broad topic and family is another broad topic on its own. However, there is no way we can talk about marriage, without mentioning family within that concept. Okay. Uh, this suggests that there is an intense connection between marriage and family life. Okay. So the importance of addressing this particular topic of relationship management is to inform wealth creation strategies through the lens of marriage and family affairs. So I'm not going to be giving specific definition of both term because we already know what it is, what is family and what marriage is. But I'm just going to be pointing to some key principles that need to guide us in order to be able to maximize our wealth and as well as having a lasting relationship and family ties. Okay, so the first condition I will talk about is maturity and mental states of it. What does that mean? It means that the fiancé or the fiancée have to ask themselves, how knowledgeable are we? If it is a man, do you have the knowledge about women? If it is a woman, do you have knowledge about men in men's world? Okay. Also, do you understand what it takes to experience mood swing? If you are not a woman, I'm talking in terms of the men now. So do you have the ethos, the courage to be able to understand your woman when she's having that moment of mood swing? Also, do you understand the types or the type of woman you want to get married to in terms of high versus low sex drive? It is very important. Some of us might not be comfortable hearing most of this, and terms like sex or whatsoever that I'm going to be mentioning, but we have to talk about the reality. So we need to know more about each other words. If it is a man, we need to know more about the women's word. If it is the woman, we need to know more about the men's word as well. So that's condition number one, the maturity and mental state of being. Okay. The second one within that is the emotional stability and responsibility. How ready and how prepared are you to be able to withstand the crisis? Because in marriage, there is always a crisis. There's no way, and they used to say an adage in Yoruba, so there's no way you will walk without some movement on the head. So there's no way we love each other in a relationship. Even the mouth and the tongue, they used to fight when you try to shoot something harder, you can accidentally hurt yourself. So that simply means that how emotionally prepared are you? How emotionally are you in terms of stability, in terms of responsibility, to be able to confront the challenges that will arise in your marital life? So let's move on to the second part of that condition, which is the status and what I describe as status versus slavery. And I'll explain what that means. Okay. In marriage, the woman is not into the relationship to decrease her value in terms of her economic and financial value. However, it is important for us to be aware that going to marriage is to maximize and to increase our value in life, both economically and financially. So it's either the man or the woman, none of them want to decrease in value in relation to financial and economic what they are already in. But rather, the marriage should be used as a yardstick to elevate their economic standards and as well as the financial level. Okay. So in essence, if either couple, the man or the woman that are planning to go into the marriage are salary earner, let me ask you this question. You have to reflect, you don't have to give me the answer, but just for your own reflection. Okay. Would you consider an alternative career path if you are currently a salary earner? Because salary itself is not enough, and this is where most relationships have crisis. Because we work on a monthly basis, and before the month end, we've already exhaust all the income. So what is going to be left is not going to be enough because we have other things to take care of. So now, my question once again to you is: would you consider an alternative career path in addition to the salary income, monthly earning? So think about that. Then one more thing I need to add is there need to be mutual agreements in order to avoid slavery on one party over the other one or at the detriment of the second party. There will be willingness or mutual agreement that the woman willingly want to take part in the financial responsibility of the home. Normally in our tradition, the Yoruba tradition, particularly from the Islamic perspective, the man is highly responsible for taking care of the home. You shouldn't be expecting to use any part of the woman's property or wealth or asset, but in circumstances where there is mutual agreement between both of them, it is acceptable, it is only acceptable that the woman can financially contribute to the welfare of the family. So that is what I mean by status and slavery. So the slavery means that it will not be done at the detriment of the other one. You can see what I mean. So it means that there's going to be mutual agreement, mutual benefit for the woman to willingly accept to contribute to the financing of the home, but not under duress. Okay. So the third one that I'm going to talk about is the process now. We've gone through, are you ready? How mature are you? And let me go back to the first one, the maturity aspect. There's no age limit or age gap for marriage. Okay. For example, I'm 40, I can get married to 50 or 60 age man, it doesn't matter. Or a 60 or 40-year-old man can get married to someone older than above his age. So age is irrelevant in marriage. However, it's worth mentioning and emphasizing that maturity is important, responsibility, emotionally responsibility, emotional stability is very important to be considered. That's the first one. And the second one, I'm trying to tie them together now. So in terms of the first one, once again, is do you actually understand what love entails as a man or as a woman before you go into the relationship? Do you have the responsibility, the financial and the emotional capability, stability, responsibility, maturity, the mental state of being to handle any crisis that will arise in our relationship in the future? Okay. So I try to connect that with the status and slavery so you can understand where that comes from. Because sometimes when there's financial problem, we have emotional like the emotion will be unstable for both man and woman in the relationship, and that's when crisis may arise. So in order to avoid those things, we need to call our attention to key conditions. So now the third one is the process. So the process is you propose and the one party proposes, the man proposes to the lady and she accepts, then you go to the next one, which is the courtship. Normally courtship is not accepted in Islam, but me, I look at it from the perspective of getting prepared. Because for us to get along, for us to get into that relationship called marriage, it means I have to know you, you have to know me. So how do we know each other? It's like communication. I need to know more about you. And doing this, it doesn't mean that we have to do it in private places. We have to be in open places. For my youth listening to this or watching me right now, please, it must be done in open places. If you want to meet your fiance or fiancé, do it in open places because to avoid shaitan, getting in between and getting, don't be doing that before marriage. So that is it. It's, the courtship I mean is in terms of getting you prepared for the marriage in order to know more about each other. So I would ask you a question for your reflection is how have you or are you going to the right channel? So that means have you do the right thing in the right way, in the right manner, following the right process. So then we consider the consent and approval, and that's when we talk about marriage or nikah, according to the Islamic perspective. So then you take it further down to seeking the consent and approval of the parents, that apart from the proposal and acceptance, that have also gone through the parents or the family member as well. Then the third one, after the courtship and getting to know each other and getting prepared, is to now go back to seek the consent and the final approval of the family about to get the girls and marriage. And this takes us to the next one, which is the marriage part, which is the main the main root of today's lesson. So marriage is, I'm not going to talk about what it is, as I said before, but what is not. So first, marriage is not a competition. Cannot say because Kafayat has get married at the age of certain, like, then you want to get married at the same age. We are not, even though we are on romance, we are different. Honestly, we are different. Even I'm a twin, you can see, some of you know me very well. I'm different from my twin sister. I'm very dark, she's very, very light in complexion. I'm kind of fat, she's kind of skinny. You can see you can see the kind of differences I'm talking about. So that means that we should not compare our marriage with the other people or other couple marriage. That means that marriage is not God's and pace. What works in other people's relationship and not to work in our relationship. In essence, what Mr. John is doing in his marital home might not work in Mr. Andrew marital relationship. Just to keep it simple like that. So now the fifth one is the family. What I said, we cannot talk about marriage without mentioning the family. And this is the most important part of this topic. It's very, very important because once the man and the woman they have been recognized as husband and wife, it is very important to recognize and visit and also acknowledge the family members from both sides. Again, like this, try to visit, acknowledge and recognize the family members from both sides. I'm telling you, majority of issues apart from the financial crisis is still manageable. But when there is when there's no strong family ties in a marital or family relationship, the problem is more worse than the financial one. I'm telling you, because when you have problem, the family will be the one to help you to resolve this issue. But when the family ties is not well strong, or it's not that you don't always visit them, you don't create that bond with them right from the onset, it's very difficult to get them to be on your side when there's problem or to help you out. Or rather, they will be expecting you to even have problem to run to them, and they will make it even worse for you because you've not created that strong relationship with them right from the onset. So this is why this family and marriage, of a thing is very important to be able to see how they both align. So now, once you are recognized as husband and wife, please, my dear sisters, my dear brothers, please try to build a strong relationship with both family from both sides, from both the man's side and from the woman's side. Please don't leave anybody. Don't consider that this family member is too small, or consider them, or let me put it this way: don't try to not give them their due respect. It brings a lot of problem in the relationship. Try to give everybody their due respect. Try to acknowledge their worthiness and try to appreciate any amount of support they're offering to you. Try to be good. Be good to the family on both sides because family is everything. So now, this aspect is very important once again because most marriage do not, graduate. They do not graduate due to lack of family ties, I said, bond, togetherness, then this become problem. When problem arises in that relationship or in that marriage, the family or where or who do you go to because you have not created a relationship that against it. So this is very important. We should start talking about the family you know, bond more in terms of educating ourselves on how do we establish a strong relationship with the mother-in-law, with the father-in-law, with the sister-in-law, with the brother-in-law, uncle, sisters, cousins, everybody, even friends of the husband and of the family. Because some friends are even more stronger than the family member. and they have strong influence on your wife and on your husband. So therefore, if the role of family is invaluable, please don't wait until when you have problem before you start welcoming the family member, or before you start tolerating them into your affairs from both sides. So in conclusion, I said no age gap or no age limit for marriage, and also maturity is very important. Economic responsibility and stability is very important as well. Economic and financial status is tied to the responsibility, and emotional stability is important. Mutual agreement is important. We have to work hand together. When you work hand together, when you work mutually, when you run your own mutually together as husband and wife, you get a positive and lasting relationship. Then the relationship management aspect will be able to manage itself, amicably without having problem. So finally, I leave you with this. Please start keeping family ties. Please start keeping family ties. It's very important. And that's it for today from GlobalSelf-Education Platform. Your daughter, your sister, Dr. Kafayat Kende Lamidi. I hope one way or the other you benefit from my little knowledge. You can see I'm just trying to share the little I have. I do not know anything. I'm just trying to share what I have with you all, and I hope it benefits us all one way or the other. Thank you very much for your time, for listening to me once again. Try to follow us on Facebook, GlobalSelf-Education Platform Facebook page, and also on YouTube.kafakendelamidi, so that you can be able to get updates. As soon as I upload any video, you'll be able to be the first person to know. That is why it is important to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Dr. Kafayat Kende Lamidi, or the website of Global Television Platform. You can follow the website at kafayatkendelamidi.com. It's not for anything, but just to have updates and to be able to alert you once I upload any latest or new lecture series. Thanks once again. This is relationship management, family, marriage, and family. Thanks very much for your time. I appreciate you all, and I will say bye for now. Enjoy the rest of the day.